Christmas night, we called 911. Again, the police came, they did a full report. Again, no sign of forced entry, but the chain was undone on our door. The charger was missing, the money was missing, the MP3 player was missing, my laptop was missing. We were unaware of the things that were happening around us. I was a little scared. I was a little frightened. I had 3 kids in the house, was unaware of how they saw me with my emotions.
The first thing I remember was the way my mom reacted. She immediately just had tears in her eyes. Seeing my mom that upset, it was hard because my mom always kept it together. We all knew that something was really, really wrong.
I then packed up the kids and we left and we went and stayed with family that night. The day after Christmas, I went back to my house. I was getting ready for work. I got a phone call from a family member. They asked, is there someone that could have possibly come in? I said, I don't know. Because there was no forced entry, I definitely thought someone had a key to my house. So at that time, the locks were being changed. You know, at that point, my family member told me, hey, why don't you check the attic? And I said, there's no way that you can even get up in that attic. The attic is directly above all 3 bedrooms, and the attic access was in my bedroom closet. My family member then said, why don't you check the clothes that are on top of the shelving unit, make sure that there's nothing dirty. Checked my clothes, there was nothing. I didn't see anything that didn't belong. It was a very tight closet, so at that time, I was turning around to leave, and that's when I noticed there were 2 perfect footprints of a shoe on the wall. That's when panic struck. That's when I was scared. I saw the footprints. I immediately dialed 911 and let them know someone entered my home. The police came, evaluated the situation, and that's when we noticed above the doorway that there was actual handprints on the wall. My first reaction was, it was the neighbors. We had a shared attic. They were coming in and out of the house when I wasn't home. Police immediately walked over to the neighbor's house to see if any of my belongings were there, and nothing was there. A few minutes later, the police were back at my house. The neighbor had opened up my front door and he yelled in, hey, are you guys in the attic? I took a step back. The police officer said, no, I'm sorry. Why, what's going on? The neighbor said he had moved his access panel to the attic, and when he pushed up, it resisted and someone pushed down. That's when I realized that somebody was really there. When he came out of the attic, he was definitely disheveled. He was not fully cleaned. He did come out wearing my sweatshirt, Alyssa's sweatpants, and my sneakers. And then he was placed in handcuffs in my bedroom. We had been guessing that he was up there for about 9 days. And they also discovered he had a makeshift toilet. The cops had found out that between the slats of the roof, he had a piece of wood going through. So when he actually pulled the piece of wood down, the shingles would lift up. So he had access to see the road, who was coming, who was going, and who was also home. He was there when I was sleeping. He was there when the children were sleeping. He was there the entire time.